So, Aing is the seed mantra, Beej mantra. Seed means something that gives rise to something. Seed is the reason for something. It is the seed for something. When nothing is there, the seed is there. When the seed is not there, then nothing is there. So the seed comes from the source, and then from the seed you can see the expansion that happens. And that is what the seed means. So seed mantra means something that creates something. Something small that manifests into something large. something that has been packed into a small thing, and then it manifests into something larger, and then it works in a certain way, in its own way, in its own unique, strange, weird, calculated, whatever you want to call it. It works in its own ways. So seed mantra, when we say seed of, let's say, a flower or something else, a fruit, then it is very easy to understand because we are very well versed with these things. But when we say seed mantra, it means that mantra which gives rise to many mantras. That is called a seed mantra. And Aing is one of the seed mantras. And do you know what is the seed of Aing? What we know as Om or Omkar or whatever you want to call it, that is the seed of Aing, of this seed mantra and many more seed mantras. So Aing is one of those seed mantras. And this particular seed mantra is associated with the region between our heart and our throat. It is more associated with the region of the heart. And if you go into the practice of chanting just Aing, simply Aing properly, and if you even meditate upon the vibration caused by the chanting of Aing, which we will do in this session, then something very nice experience will happen in that particular session. Of course, this is just a very small explanation, very brief explanation or brief introduction to Aing. Aing is in a way responsible for who you are today. The whole intelligence, the wisdom, and many more attributes that we have in our personality, all these things that we consider so highly, speak so highly about, that we make as the goalposts of life, those mountain peaks where we want to be one day, those mountain peaks of any human persona that we want to be one day, where we want to be one day. Of course, we want to scale those heights. We are not at those heights maybe today. Most people are not there. Otherwise, this world would have been a very different place, isn't it? So, if you are there, you will be feeling very different. And if you are feeling like most of the people around you, then you are definitely not there. So, the practice of yoga includes the chanting of mantras, or includes this practice of chanting. Chanting of what? Chanting causes vibration. Aing is a particular vibration. What is a seed mantra? A seed mantra is a tremendous vibration, and it can stir you up totally, or whoever the chanter is, whoever the practitioner is. If you go on chanting, then it will stir you up completely. For instance, right now, the content of my subject is something else. Now I will give you a demonstration. Now I am going to chant Aing 108 times, and then you will see how my content is right now, how I am speaking right now, and how I will speak after that. Okay? So I will start chanting. You all can either prefer to listen to the chant and meditate upon that sound, or you can also chant in your mind, or you can also chant loudly and meditate upon the vibration happening inside you. And after that we can go along together, and after that we can rejoin again. Aing. So that was the chant of Aing. It brings us to a state of quietness, a state of stillness, a state of focus and concentration, silence, eyes closed in the inner world. Aing has its own beauty. Aing has its own effect. Aing particularly creates a beautiful synchrony, harmony, influence from the heart region to the navel region and even below. Sometimes the influence can even go upwards from the heart, so it can also travel towards the head region. The vibration, the chanting brings you to stillness. Chanting of mantras in a particular way, with focus on them in a particular way, which we do in this path, that makes you very still, physically, mentally, emotionally, pranically. Everything becomes very still, very balanced. There are lots of imbalances that are caused in our body due to our emotions as well as our improper physical postures, because of the various things that are going on in our mind. A mind continuously at work, a brain continuously at work, no rest at all through the day, for hours and hours and hours and hours, and days and days and days and days, and there is no rest at all. You are like that machine which is continuously working. So what will happen? There will be imbalance one day. So for those who are listening, whatever is your age, consider that for so many years you have been going on like that, and if these kind of practices have evaded you, then keeping into consideration the kind of world that we live in, the kind of society that we live in, the people that we are surrounded with, places where we work, we go to work, what do we see on the streets? There is continuously chaos, isn't it? Noise, there is so much of noise. When you go outside on the street, there is noise. When you go, you see people begging on the streets. That is sorrow, misery, isn't it? You will also see people who are sick. They remind suddenly Gautama the Buddha's, the seed of his realization, the seed of his enlightenment was what? When he saw the sick man, the old man, the dying man or the dead man, whatever, and that became the seed of his enlightenment. That became the seed of his journey to the inner world, and from there to enlightenment, and from there to becoming a spiritual master. So mantra, if we chant a mantra properly, proper chanting is very important. Whether you are doing it in your mind or whether you are doing it orally, whether you are doing it loudly or whether you are doing it in the mind. If there are people around you, to be honest, everyone will get benefited. If you are doing it properly, everyone will get benefited. If you are doing at least this mantra like Aing, if you are doing some other positive mantra chanting, everyone will get good energy, good influence. But sometimes what happens, that in the kind of society that we live in, suppose somebody is watching a movie, or somebody is watching news, or somebody is doing some work from home thing, they may have their own reasons, which may be valid also, that please don't disturb us. So in that case, if you are living in such a scenario, maybe that scenario is there, then you So that is why we must have our own meditation room or meditation place or secluded place. We can also do it in the morning, we can do it in the evening, wherever you want to. You can always, if you want, you will always find the place to do it. You need not wait to go to the Himalayas and then do it. You have to do it wherever you are. You have to find the place there only. You have to find the time there only. Now, of course, there is a prescribed time, and that is according to the positioning of the moon and other things. But if that is not practically possible for you right now, at least in the start, you can start by doing it at whatever time you are available for yourself. You have to be available for these practice. If you are available for this practice, then the practice will happen. If you are not available, then how can it happen? So this is very important. So we are nearing Vasant Panchami, which marks Saraswati Puja, which is a very beautiful festival, which is, Saraswati Devi is worshipped with great pomp and vigor in this part of the world. She is the divine aspect, divine feminine aspect of nature. She represents Satoguna. She represents, and she is also considered as the bestower of knowledge, education, wisdom, intelligence, being pious, being more compassionate, being more loving, being more devoted, being more cool, calm, silent, still, and yet at work. And of course, being healthy. And all these things, all knowledge, you can come, and not just the knowledge that, normally people think that if I have to do well in this particular subject or that particular. See, you have to understand one thing. When we talk about mantra, when we talk about yoga, when we talk about dharana, dhyana, samadhi, what are we talking about? We are talking about the ultimate knowledge. We are also talking about the source of all knowledge, the source of all creation. So in that, on the journey, you will learn a lot of things. So I don't want to name everything, but a lot of things that people think that they can learn by going to a school, a particular school or a particular college, they will do it better. I think if you do a few practices, then even if you are learning from books, you will learn it far better. If you are learning from a teacher, you will not ask any stupid questions. You will ask the good questions. You will ask the right questions. You will also help the teacher enhance his or her own knowledge, own information. So growth will be all around. Between a teacher and a student, there can't be a one-way dialogue. If a one-way dialogue is happening, whenever a student comments, okay, so in the Guru Shishya Parampara, in the teacher-student disciple tradition, master-disciple tradition, any kind of comment has to be, it is actually, to be honest, in reality, the portal for growth. So anyways, coming back to the subject, so Vasant Panchami is around, but we must tell you one thing, that Saraswati does not happen, that music, melody, knowledge, and all kinds of knowledge, they don't happen for one day in the year. They happen every day of the year. Vasanta Panchami may be one day, and that is based on a particular calculation on Muhurta Vijnana, which are very right, very correct in their own place, and they must be respected. And that is why we celebrate the festival of Vasant Panchami as well as Saraswati Puja. But the mantra chanting part, that we can do every day if we want, whenever we want, wherever we want. But we have to do it properly. And once it starts yielding result, this is very important. If it yields a result for you, then try to become more disciplined. Then try to do it at some different time periods, which probably we will then suggest to you, when you will say that, okay, now this mantra has given me this impact. So what to do now? So if you are experiencing something out of that, then we will start throwing more light upon this mantra to you, that when you should do it, okay, which direction you must sit, if that is necessary, but when you should do it. Timing is very important. And also another thing that is important is, the most important thing that is important is how you should do it. So like I said, the right chanting is very important. But sometimes some people are not able to chant it properly, and even if they are able to chant it properly, they think that proper chanting means just the correct pronunciation. See, the correct pronunciation is never good enough for proper chanting. When I say proper chanting, I am not saying proper pronunciation. Pronunciation has got, it is only half of the job, maybe or 30% or 20%, I don't know how much percentage. That is not the point. Pronunciation is important. There is no doubt about that. It will happen anyways. And you are not that incapable and that big a fool anyways. So you will pull through that. There is no doubt about that. Pronunciation is not a problem. We can always work upon that. You have always worked upon it. The big problem is, how do we do it properly? When we say properly, means how do I make Aing happen? How do I follow it? How do I observe it when I chant Aing? So when you are chanting Aing, you can experience the impact of the chant on your body directly, on your physical body, on your Nadi system. Directly you can experience it. You can experience an energy that is flowing. Sometimes you can experience it, okay, from the heart region to the navel region, and it could be some other experience also. So whatever experience is happening, whatever impact it is having, from the moment we start chanting it till the moment it ends, we have to observe. Along with chanting, we also have to observe the impact of it. We have to observe the chant itself. We have to observe the sound of the chant. Because the sound is happening inside, isn't it? Sound is impacting the body, isn't it? So we have to observe the sound. We have to observe the impact. We have to observe the influence. We have to observe all of this. As we are doing this, a kind of meditation is happening. We are chanting from the mouth. Aing. Slowly it will improve. First time, it will not be 100%. First time it might be 10%, 5%, who knows how many percent. But by the time you reach the 5th time, 10th time, it will start picking up pace. If the intention is right, if you are following the instruction that is being given in this particular video, then you will be able to observe, focus and chant all three together. And at that point of time, nothing else will come into your head. And you're doing all of these three things together. So this is a kind of meditation in itself. In fact, this is known as mantra sadhana. And you cannot say, can we do it 11 times? Can we do it 21 times? See, 108 times, I think it hardly takes 10, 15, 20 minutes. So you must do it at least 108 times in the morning and 108 times in the evening. You don't need to keep account of it, but let's say you do it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and once in the morning or in the day and once in the night. That's it. 20, 40 minutes. Then whatever number it is, it will be at least 108 or more. Okay. It is like that. Yeah. And then based on that, you may have questions. You may have, different people will have different experiences or different impact, different influences. And based on that, you can ask questions. Based on that, you can share. Based on that, we can tell you how to enhance your sadhana, your meditation of this particular thing, how to enhance it. Then we will do that. So for all those people who were thinking, give us away, give us away, give us away. So in the occasion of Saraswati Puja, we are giving you away. You start with just this. And then you tell me what happened. If you are doing it properly, we will see where you go. We are there with you. We are always there with you. The truth is always there with you. The truth is inside you, hidden like a jewel. So don't worry. Don't worry. Whoever is in truth is in love. So don't worry, because there is nothing to worry. Okay? Okay? And it doesn't matter which age group you are in, whether you are 10 years old or whether you are 80 years old or you are 100 years old. It doesn't matter. This thing everybody can do. You do it and then you get back to me. You get back with your comments or you can write us an email. You are welcome. Thank you so much.